Jesus was the ugly fruit that was squeezed, made into juice, so that we may be presentable in God's eyes. Hello, YouTube people. I am King David. My channel is about no-fap semen retention, self-improvement, and spiritual growth. Alright, let's get into this video. Yesterday I was driving on a highway and I was listening to this radio station, this radio show, and the host was talking, and this is a story from one of the listeners, and she said, "Oh, I was just today working at a pear farm, and she said she was picking up pear from the pear trees, and there are ugly ones. um, any kind of fruit, apple, bananas, pear, when those fruit look ugly, it is not appropriate for sale in grocery stores, right? So they they are for squeezed juice, and those ugly fruit are for juice product. And as I was driving and listening to this radio show, this thought, um, this meditational thought came to my mind, that Jesus Christ is, he was the ugly fruit that was squeezed and made into a cup of juice, that we so that we may be presentable and good looking and flawless in God's eyes. If you consider yourself a Bible believer or a born again Christian, we've heard of Jesus' story probably too many times that we just forget about what kind of sacrifice Jesus made. It is true that Jesus took our burdens and took our due place, which is literally hell. Um, you know, right after Jesus was crucified, for two days, he was underneath the earth's surface. He was buried, and when Jesus was in the grave, what he experienced was death and hell. Not only when he was buried, but the crucifixion itself. Do you remember that Jesus said, I am thirsty? You know, in hell, there's a lot of fire, and what fire makes everything around it is it makes everything dry. So then there it is. What Jesus experienced was hell. It was making him dry and thirsty, and it was dark, and no presence of God the Father at all. Jesus took our punishment, and he was literally squeezed like orange or a pear. He was ugly, just like in the Bible. Isaiah 53 said Jesus was not a super good looking person that anybody would just look up to because of his looks. No, uh, he had lots of pain, and I cannot remember Mr. Jordan Peterson's quote right off the top of my head right now, but as Mr. Peterson put it, uh, story of Jesus' crucifixion and death is the most tragic event that could ever happen to a human being. It's the worst thing that ever could possibly happen to a man. So, I want to say this again because this meditational thought came at me and it was really, really strong. I want to say it out loud once more so that I can remember this thought, and also for you guys. Jesus was the ugly fruit that was squeezed and made into juice so that we may be presentable in God's eyes. You know, lots of emotions come and go, even in just one day, even in just 24-hour window, maybe about 1,000 thoughts, 1,000 pieces of thoughts come and go instantly through our minds. Guys, we need at least something to cling to, and something that is like a standard, that is a that is a traffic light, so to speak. Like, we can't just go on and live our lives in total disorder, right? And I think the best that we can have is that Jesus made a sacrifice, and the effect of his sacrifice is eternal. No one can cancel it. It's kind of funny that the word cancel came out of my mouth. I that makes me just think of the current cancel culture. Anyways, no being in this universe can cancel the effect of sacrifice that Jesus Christ made for us. Not even not even Satan, not even yourself or a member in your family or your significant other or whatever accidents or diseases or addictions that you may already have or that you may face, you or your children may face in the future. Um, I want to say this one again too. Because salvation comes from uh, acknowledging the Lord with your own tongue. Yes, Jesus Christ made the sacrifice, and the effect of that sacrifice is eternal, and nobody can cancel it. I hope that these statements, these facts, give you strength to overcome any temptation, any weaknesses that you are struggling with right now. Just today, I had some PMO urges, but I did not fail. I was about to fail, but all glory to God. Well, this is about it, guys. I'll make another one very soon. Please like the video if this was somewhat helpful. Subscribe, comment, and share the video, please. Thank you guys. Peace.